Welcome back to the channel, welcome to the video if you're new here, welcome if you're not, just simply welcome back. I'd like to follow up on a number of the apps that I've previously done reviews on. As soon as they have updates, as soon as they have their returns, whatever their performance metrics are to help you understand how well that they're doing for their investors, for the likes of me and you, because that's kind of important. And with that, today we are looking at Vint, where you can invest in wine and also whiskey and get some sweet returns from those different alternate investments. This is especially important when the apps and the products are new as well, because if they don't have a huge track record, you're going off just what you find on the internet. And so I want to get all of the information that they have put out and share that with you. So it's only a quick video just to go over some of their portfolio and how it is looking and what the returns are. And I have to say, they are pretty impressive. And while this is not financial advice and past results are not, they don't mean that you're always going to have the same results in the future, it's still good to see. So I'm going to put up on the screen now their latest exits and just show you how long they held them for and what the returns were for that holding period. So let's jump into the meat of it. Now you can see on the screen here, we're going to start with the Super Tuscan collection. I will just go through them one by one, just a passing comment on them. That one was held for nearly the longest time. It was 660 days. So, a good chunk, it's nearly 2 years. And so nearly 2 year holding, but that netted them return, or you as investors, a return of 20%, but they sold 25, or nearly 25% of the collection, because they only sell parts of the collection when it's best to sell them. So that's what you've got as a return on your investment there. So 20%, that's not too bad. It's about 10% per annum based on a 25% sold. And then we have the second one down. Again, they sold about nearly 20% of that and 20%, and that's not too bad, because that's only over 248 days. So that's around, it's an 18% return on investment over less than a year. So that is incredible. And then we start going up as well. We have 17.5% sold, and that was only after 69 days. So 15% return from nearly 20% of the collection there. So that's a great return on that one. 30% virtually of the Bordeaux Classic sold. That's after 610 days. So some of these older classic collections are making about 10% per annum, which isn't too bad at all. Spanish collection also, that's 555 days and a 20% return. They only sold 14.5% of that collection, so that's probably working out to a little over 10%, so it's probably more like a 14% return on investment on that so far. The Champagne, my favorite, lovely. They've sold half of that collection and got a 24.25% return, and that is over 495 days, or 497 days I should say. So that is about roughly a year and a half. So you're talking about 15% return, which I'd say is not bad at all. The Napa Valley, I do love my Napa Valley wines. They only sold about 9% of that collection, but they got a whopping 39% return on that after less than a year. So about 10 months and they've got that return, which is a stonking return. Now we're gonna go down to the cask collections. That's whiskey. They sold 100%. So that's an entire cask of whiskey. And that was after just under a year. So about 11 months, and they got a 27.83% return on investment. That is a great return on investment. Now we've got another 100% collection sold, another Californian, so Californian collection of wine sold. That was after 473 days, so about a year and a half-ish, and that is a 16.24% return. Another great return on investment for just over a year of investing. And the German collection, they only sold 13.8% of it, but they got a 32.5% return, and most importantly, this was only after 46 days. So they may have only sold 13% of the collection, but with that they got a 32.5% return. Pretty bloody good. And another final one that they did this quarter, it is Champagne Stars, and that's 22% of the collection, so just over a fifth of the collection, 20% return in about a year. So again, some really strong results that they've got here. So some incredible returns that you can get on wine. If you're interested in checking out Vint, check out my link in the description. Drop me a comment if you have done so, otherwise follow along for more.